This is a Coast Guard rescue boat rushing through the waters at full speed. This is a distress call coming over the radio. The voice sounds panicked. He's asking for help. But what he's saying is beyond comprehension. Hi, everyone. This is your host. And today we bring you the terrifying tale of the mysterious disappearance of the Witchcraft. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe for more amazing stories. Now, let's get started. On December 22nd, 1967, the Miami Herald carried an article which detailed a mysterious incident involving a missing boat. According to the article, the luxurious 23-foot cabin cruiser, known as Witchcraft, had left Miami shortly before sunset that evening. It had traveled only 1 mile offshore when disaster struck. Captain Den Burek dialed the Coast Guard, frantically informing them that his ship had hit something. But when they arrived on the scene, it became apparent there was no major damage to the ship. They even stated in their report that there was no visible damage to the vessel. So the two gentlemen on board, Captain Brack and his friend, Father Patrick Horgan, decided to wait until the next morning to return. The Coast Guard waited 19 minutes to reach the yacht from the time of receiving the distress call. When they arrived on the site, the two men requested that they be taken back to shore. Here's where things start to get strange. The area where the boat was located should have been teeming with vessels. There was a powerboat race being held that night, and the Miami Boat Club race was being organized by the famous Miami Boat Club. The area was bustling with activity and filled with spectators. Yet when the Coast Guard arrived at the scene, there was no one around. In fact, it was completely deserted. It was like the entire place had been evacuated just moments before the Coast Guard arrived. They returned the two men to the shore, who then went their separate ways. Nobody thought anything of it, and the Coast Guard assumed the call must have been a false alarm. That is until they received a call from the owner of the Witchcraft. The owner informed the Coast Guard that neither of those men were authorized to use the ship, and now it was nowhere to be found. Immediately, the Coast Guard knew something was wrong. A search was initiated and continued throughout the night. But Witchcraft was nowhere to be seen. By daybreak, the Coast Guard had launched for vessels into the water and to aircraft into the air. Every available resource was deployed in an effort to locate the missing yacht. But unfortunately, nothing turned up. As the sun beat down on the endless expanse of the ocean, hope began to dwindle with each passing hour. What had happened to the Witchcraft, and where could it possibly be? To answer these questions, we need to take a closer look at the ship itself. The Witchcraft wasn't just any ordinary boat. It was a luxurious 23-foot cabin cruiser, valued at a whopping $16,000, which is equivalent to almost $120,000 today. The yacht was equipped with everything one would need for a day out on the water, including a fully equipped galley, comfortable sleeping quarters, and even a television. It was basically the epitome of luxury yachts of its time. But that's not all. The Witchcraft was nearly unsinkable. Despite being made of fiberglass, the yacht was so well designed that it was extremely unlikely to sink, even if it capsized. In fact, the captain of the Witchcraft had boasted to several friends that the ship could even withstand a nuclear blast. And as if that wasn't enough, the boat was equipped with numerous life-saving devices. There were life jackets, lifeboats, and flares on board, along with a distress signal device known as an EPIRB. This device could send a signal to satellites, which in turn would alert the Coast Guard to its exact location. Even if the men had abandoned ship, the Coast Guard would have been able to locate them in no time. Despite all these safety features, neither the crew nor the ship was ever seen again. For the next few days, the Coast Guard officials searched hundreds of square miles of the ocean, but their efforts were in vain. The yacht Witchcraft simply vanished into thin air. There was no sign of a struggle, no wreckage, and no bodies. It was as if the yacht and its occupants had been swallowed whole by the earth. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the search efforts gradually came to a halt. With each passing day, the mystery surrounding the disappearance of the Witchcraft only deepened. Theories abounded, but concrete evidence remained elusive. Some believed that the yacht had been stolen, while others suspected foul play. Some even went as far as to claim that the ship had been abducted by aliens. But the most popular theory was that the yacht had simply vanished into thin air. Proponents of this theory argued that the calm waters and lack of debris suggested that the ship had somehow disappeared without a trace. As the years went by, the mystery of the missing yacht became a local legend in Miami. People still talk about it in hushed tones, wondering what could have possibly happened to the Witchcraft and its crew. In the years since the incident, several similar cases have been reported, leading many to believe that the Bermuda Triangle may not be just a myth. The United States Navy had previously classified the Bermuda Triangle as an area of unusual incidents. According to the U.S. Navy report, there were approximately 21 aircraft and 28 ships that had mysteriously vanished in the Bermuda Triangle between the years of 1945 and 1968. Many conspiracy theorists believe that the ship may have encountered some sort of paranormal phenomenon. Could the Bermuda Triangle be to blame here as well? Well, some believe that it's possible. Others say that it's a bunch of bull. To date, no trace of the Witchcraft has ever been found. The ship simply vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that continues to baffle people even today. When you hear this story, you might think it's the plot of a horror movie. The disappearance of the Witchcraft is one of the most perplexing maritime mysteries of our time. It defies logic and reason and has left many scratching their heads in disbelief. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer absurdity of the situation. A luxury yacht equipped with state-of-the-art technology and safety features just disappears into thin air. The crew vanishes without a trace, leaving behind no clues as to their whereabouts. And the theories surrounding the disappearance are just as bizarre. Some claim that the ship was abducted by aliens, while others insist that it was stolen by a secret organization. It's hard to know what to believe, which only adds to the intrigue of the case. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of the story is the eerie silence that surrounds it. There's no audio recordings of the incident, no eyewitness accounts. All we have is a few grainy images of the Witchcraft and the people on board. It's as if the incident was deliberately erased from existence, leaving us with nothing but speculation and conjecture. If this story has left you feeling uneasy, don't worry, you're not alone. The disappearance of the Witchcraft has been the subject of countless documentaries and TV shows. And each time it's covered, it generates new theories and fresh perspectives. But ultimately, we may never know what really happened to the Witchcraft and its crew. As we wrap up this episode, we want to hear from you. What do you think happened to the Witchcraft and its crew? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories.